Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to talk about writing polynomial functions. You will need your notes, calculator, and a pen and/or pencil. And we shall begin. Alright, we're writing polynomial functions. If we call back to our last unit on intercept form with quadratic functions, we had f of x equals a times the quantity x minus p times the quantity x minus q. Now, this is what I need you to write down, you guys. From here down needs to be in your notes, okay? In this section, we are going to be writing equations of cubic functions. Cubic means 3. So we'll have to add another number to our factors. So I'm going to have my p, my q, and now I'm going to add r. Now, p, q, and r are x-intercepts on our graph. That's very important to know. X-intercepts. So the point is always going to have a 0 for its y value. All right, we're going to do 2 examples, and we will be done for the day. First example here, we have to write an equation for this graph. So our equation is f of x equals a times the quantity x minus p times the quantity x minus q, x minus r. Now we need to know what p, q, and r are. So p equals q equals r equals. Here I'm just going to go through. These are my x-intercepts. So my p is -3, my q is 1, and my r is 4. Now I also have this point right here. This point right here is going to represent my x and my y in my equation. So x equals 0 and y equals -4. Now you're looking at our original equation and you're like, there's no y. Remember, f of x is the same as y. So now we're going to plug all of this information in. We know f of x is y, so that's going to be -4 equals a, which we don't know, times the quantity 0 minus a -3 minus a negative turns into a positive. 0 minus 1, 0 minus 4. So if we simplify this, we're going to get -4 equals a times 3 times -1 times -4. Multiply all these together. I'm going to get -4 equals 12a. To get a by itself, divide both sides by 12. And I am going to get -1/3 equals a. Once I know a, I'm almost done. All I have to do is rewrite my problem. So use my original. So f of x equals, my a is -1/3 times the quantity x minus a -3 turns into +3. So I'm going to erase some of this. Times the quantity x minus 1 and x minus 4. This, ladies and gentlemen, is our final answer. Okay? So after you find a, you just plug it back into the original. Moving on, next problem. We have the exact same thing, except for now I just give you points that our graph goes through instead of our actual equation. Or excuse me, instead of the actual graph. So I have f of x equals a, x minus p, x minus q, x minus r. Now, if we look at this, any ones with zeros, these are my x-intercepts. So this is my p, this is my q, this is my r, which means this point over here is my x and my y. So we're going to plug in what we know. Remember, this means y. So my y is 1. So 1 equals a, I don't know. X is 2. And over here, minus a -2. 2 minus 0. And 2 minus 1. Now we're going to simplify these, so I get 1 equals a. This turns into a positive, so that's going to be 4. 2 minus 0 is just 2. 2 minus 1 is going to be 1. So 1 equals, here if I multiply these all together, I'm going to get 8a. Divide both sides by 8. And 1/8 equals a. Once we have this, we're going to plug it back into our original. So we have f of x equals 1/8 is for a, x minus a negative 2, x minus 0, and x minus 1. Now this one we can rewrite a little bit, because here we know this turns into a plus, and here this is just going to be x. So I'm going to rewrite this as f of x equals 1/8. Now if I just have x, I can put that in front, x plus 2, and x minus 1. Now once again, you guys, this is turning into just x. That's where that factor is going. And this is our final answer, ladies and gentlemen. That is all I have for you today. Have a wonderful, fabulous day, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.